Recording.
Okay guys, am I audible on the web? First of all, sorry man, I thought I'll sleep for 5 minutes and I woke up at 6:45 and then I thought there is no chance that I'll be able to make to Azure class. Yesterday itself someone was asking me how do you wake up every day? Right, I thought that has somehow gone wrong. Yeah, yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, and Azure class we'll be having at Sunday 10 o'clock. Whatever class which we missed, we will be having at Sunday 10 o'clock. I know that it will be a little bit stressful, but there is no other way, right? Yeah, skip the class today, right? నేను ఇంకొకళ్ళు అడిగారు ఇవాళ సూర్యగ్రహణం కదండి క్లాస్ ఉందా అన్న. లేదు మాది సూర్యవంశం మాకేం అవదు అన్న. రైట్, ఓకే. We'll wait for some more time. Personal mail ID, I think everyone should have. Personal number, I'm sorry man, I cannot give because I have very little personal time. If you look at my schedule, you can find out I have very little personal time, so I can't give my personal number, but you send a mail to it, but responses will be late. I'll not see this mail every day. Okay? I have enough distractions already. I have 3 distractions in my life. DevOps, AWS and Azure. I don't want to add more. Okay? By the way, one thing is getting added very soon. So I have 4 distractions already. Alright? Apart from that, I smoke. Alright? So totally 5. Yeah? Okay. Okay then. So let us look at Jenkins pipeline syntaxes. How do you write Jenkins pipeline and what is that syntax that gets in there? Okay. Right. Okay. So we have understood that. Okay. Pipelines are written in Groovy language. Okay. Jenkins has defined. Yeah. Okay. Certain functions and blocks. Okay. So Jenkins has defined as certain functions and blocks. We will be using them. Okay. So now before this, remember our Python class. For the people who have finished our Python class, you do all the stuff what we do. Okay. So what are data types in Groovy? Alright. So how do I write a if condition in Groovy? How do I write a function in Groovy? The same approach whatever you have done for Python. Video is slow. I think it should not be. Okay. Is video slow for everyone? No audio at all. Good. Am I audible? No అంటే వినపడినట్టేగా. Okay. Okay. And first, let us just look at some groovy samples so that we'll make out how the syntax is going to appear. For the people who are new to programming, don't worry about it. In the foundation classes, we'll be learning Python. Once we learn Python, I think you should be able to make out how to write basic. Here we are not writing any complex stuff. We are writing a very simple stuff, right? Yeah, yeah. Audio is good, but video is slow. Okay, okay. So, but I'll still keep it open so that since many people are trying to tell about it, we'll see what can be done. Okay. So, let me go with this will not have it. Okay, let me not tutorial, man. I don't want tutorial. Okay, fine. Let us go with the strings. Show me a program. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me go with the list directly. Okay, I'll do one thing. Groovy. I think we are doing good. Okay. So let me go with some statement. Okay. So he's trying to tell that I have an array and then I am able to write for I in array and println something, right? So let me do something. Online Groovy. Let us see what happens. Okay, so Groovy is a Java based language. If you know a little bit of Java, you can use all of that you know in Java in Groovy also, right? And that is slow, man. Otherwise this page will be basically better. సార్ ఒకసారి నాని పిలిచి మెయిన్ లైన్ తీసి లూప్ లైన్ కనెక్ట్ చేయమని. స్పీడా 2Gలో అంతకంటే బెటర్గా వస్తుంది. మార్చేది ఓడిపోయిందా? Okay guys, am I audible now? I'm just measuring the speed again. Let us see if the things improve now. Guys, I'm audible? Guys, I'm audible now? At least the speed has improved. You should comment whether how is it looking right now. Okay. Okay. Fine. So it is much like any other language. There are not many differences in this, right? So what Jenkins has done is, okay, Jenkins has developed something called as DSL. Whenever you see DSL, that is called as domain specific language. Here DSL is not really a new language, the functions which Jenkins uses. Okay. So whenever you Google for Jenkins DSL, you will get lot of functions. There might be some job related functions. There might be some build related functions. You will have all sorts of functions which will help you in basically getting the work done. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. So now Jenkins pipeline. Okay. Important, you can call it as components or terms, whatever that makes sense to you. Right? Component is, you should not call it as a component. Okay. Let me not call it as a component. Let me write it as Jenkins pipeline. I'll write it as important definition. The first one is node. And we all know what a node is. Yes? What is a node? Node is a machine where your jobs are getting executed. In every node, we might have multiple executors. Yes or no? I think in the yesterday's class, we have added, or day before yesterday's class, we have added a Windows node. Prior to that, we have added a CentOS or a Ubuntu nodes to our Jenkins master. So, what is a node? Node is an machine where jobs get executed. Node is recognized by or how do you identify node? Yeah. Identified by labels. Okay. To tell this, Jenkins says that if you want to run your job anywhere, just use this syntax. Node. And in that you define your block. These blocks are, this block is your build config. That's the basic syntax. Okay. So ideal syntax is node of label. Okay. So whenever you want to schedule a particular Jenkins job on a machine, then you have to write node of that label. Okay. And then within that your curly braces start and the curly braces end, that block. Within that block, whatever you write will execute on that. Remember yesterday I think we had three nodes. CentOS node, and then we had something called as Maven, CentOS label, Maven label and Windows label. So if I write node of Windows, it will get executed on a Windows machine. Right? In freestyle project, we execute this by saying that restrict where this project has to be run. Here you will be using this syntax. Am I clear on this? Yeah. Okay. And then we have something called as stage. Okay. So a complete build activity is or can be broken into multiple stages. Okay. Yeah. And then over here you will be saying stage of, what is the stage name? And again it is a block. Am I clear on this? Generally your build is categorized into multiple stages. So in your build, what is that you do? First you get the code from Git. Okay. Then you will build your code. Once your code is successful, or once your build is successful, then you might send an email or whatever activities it is. So in this case, I can configure or I can convert my build into three stages. One is version control stage. The other one is a Maven stage. The third one is a post build stage. Build has been successful, so I am doing something. Okay. So am I clear on this? So generally, okay, generally stages are part of, okay, stages can be part of something else also, but right now I'm generally in most of the cases. Alright. So let me write node of, I think we have written it as Maven. This is my label. And then I am trying to tell stage of Git. So in this stage I'll do something in Git. A Git clone probably. Okay. And then I might have one more stage. Stage of build the code. How to write that I might not know it. But in this I'll be basically doing something to execute Maven package. MVN package. Yeah. And then I might write post build actions. Am I clear on this? So your node will have stages. Your node will have stages. Am I clear on this? So far are we clear? Yeah. So right. Okay, good. So ఇది వచ్చేలోపు తెల్లారేలా ఉంది. Right. Jenkins. Okay. So this is the official documentation of Jenkins. Okay. So whatever I cover in this classroom will be from here. Okay. Right. So using pipeline syntax. Okay. So using whenever you declare a pipeline, you can write something like this, and then you will have sections. Okay. So here is trying to tell that, okay, run this on a Docker agent, whatever it is. Right. So there are many ways of basically configuring your Jenkins. Okay. And for this you will be using blocks generally. Jenkins, that is where Jenkins DSL comes into play. Right. So you will have loads and loads of blocks over here. Are you seeing the stuffs over here? Okay. So let me show you something now. What else? So right now I said that, okay, do this. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. And I speak about node. Where are nodes? Okay. So are you saying node of label, and then he's trying to tell that what is the node of label and where does that agent come into play? I've simply written it, but actual expansion is that. Okay. Actual node has two parameters which you can pass, and then you can do that. And that has to be part of agent ideally. But even if you don't write it, Groovy will be able to make it out. Okay. So let us not do too many things now. Let us first show you the simple way. Okay. Then we will get into this pipeline. Okay. To come to this pipeline and write this pipeline, I expect you to know a little bit of programming background. Okay. Otherwise you will not be able to make it out. Okay. But even if you don't know the programming, you can still write a pipeline which doesn't require you to have too many skills, but you can still do it. Shall we try that one first and then come back to this? Okay. Right. Okay. Yes, if you are hard coding, it will hard code. It will show in the hard coded manner itself. Right? Okay. Fine. Okay. Sorry, saying stages. These are the two important things. Node, stage. Okay. Remember, there are other things also. Agent, pipeline, whatever you are seeing there. Right? That adds more value. But to write a basic pipeline, you will have this. Okay. And the other one is, okay, pipeline component. So you will have something called as shell. Okay. We all know execute shell. Okay. Executing shell in Jenkins. This is a function. So for this, you can write a syntax which looks like sh your whatever your command is. Okay. So for example, if I want to execute git clone, I'll be writing sh git clone something. Okay. So if I want to write mvn clean, so sh mvn clean. So yesterday someone was asking me from pipeline, how do you call Terraform? sh Terraform apply whatever that command line that goes into after that. Okay. How can I run Kubernetes? kubectl apply -f and whatever your file is. How can I execute Ansible? Ansible -playbook command. How can I run Docker? Directly run the Docker command over there. You really don't need any plugins. You really don't need any plugins, right? So if it is Windows, you will have a similar command with the name called as bat. Like sh, we have something called as bat. Bat means batch file. Bat means batch file, right? Okay. So I'll do this. And then we have one more important thing which is called as git. Okay. This DSL executes the git clone and pull operation. Okay. So we'll get back to the actual stuff, but I'm just showing you simple things, right? So you can write git and then URL. You can ask me, okay, what if I have to give a different branch? There is a whole library around it. Jenkins, just Google for this. Jenkins pipeline git. Okay. Now is it git? Now in this git you can pass multiple things. What is that you can pass? You can pass URL, you can pass branch, you can pass changelog, you can pass credentials, you can pass your role. Okay. So okay. So for example, if I want to pass in a different branch, then I might be writing git, okay, URL colon whatever your URL is, github.com/a2zone comma something, and after that branch colon sprint -1. So you can pass multiple parameters to that. So every function has multiple ways. We'll look into that. Okay. Fine. Okay. But first we will go with a very simple way. Okay, which doesn't expect you to know too many things. The basic things, whatever you are able to do in freestyle, you can do that in. But I'll be showing only a couple of examples. After that, we'll get into this pipelines and we'll write our own pipelines. Okay. Right. All the applications needs to be installed on the Git server. Syed, if you have followed my classes correctly, I think I have said that we'll have multiple nodes. Yes? Okay. Depending on where you are running, each of them will be installed on that particular node. Jenkins server will not have too many things. Okay. So please understand this conceptual way. We have spoken about something called as distributed builds. Okay. So your Terraform will be running on a machine which has a label called as Terraform or something like that. Okay. Only on that machine you will be running Terraform. Yeah. There is no need for you to install everything. You are not good at program. So let us become. So if you are not good today, it's fine. Yeah. And by the way, దీన్ని మనం చేసేదాన్ని ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ అని చెప్పి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ని అవమానించాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. So whatever we are doing right now, please don't call it as program and insult programming. What we are doing is a very simple stuff. Okay. It is easier than scripting. Okay. At a max, you might basically write a for loop. At a max. Okay. Rest of all of the things will be defined in that pipeline itself. you will be identifying what are the functions and what are the values which you need to pass. That's it. Even if you write a most complicated pipeline. Yeah. The difficulty will be for the people who write functions like Git. So remember, we are using Git, right? We are using SH, right? So using Jenkins, I can define those kind of functions also. Okay. So in Freestyle, basically what happens when you install plugin, what is it we get? When we install plugin, what is it that happens in Freestyle? We get some UI components. Here you get some functions. Here you get some functions which you can call like Git. You might have something like Docker. You might have something like Ansible. ఎవరైనా మాట్లాడుతున్నారు క్లాస్లో? ప్లీజ్ మాట్లాడుకునే పని అయితే బయటికి వెళ్ళిపోండి. ఓకే, ముచ్చట్లు గట్ట పెట్టాలని పోనీ ఆపేసి మాట్లాడుకుందాం అంటే అందరూ అదే పనిలో ఉంది. రైట్, ఓకే, ఫైన్ దెన్. The reason why I want everyone to focus over here is ఇది కూడా రాయలేక సార్ పైప్ లైన్ అడిగారు, అది రియల్ టైమ్ అంట. No, pipeline is definitely not real time. Okay, it is expected out of you. Okay, to write a very basic pipeline, and for that you need not be skillful also. If you want to build a basic pipeline, if you are good at one thing, you can do others. That's a basic principle anywhere. Okay, if you are good at freestyle, you can easily write pipeline. If you are not good at freestyle, not good at pipeline, but want 1 lakh package, then learn something called as hypnotism. Right? Go to the interview and hypnotize the interviewer. Make him ask whatever you know. Right? But that is more difficult than DevOps. Okay? Right. Okay. Fine then. So let me go ahead. Okay? So I'll go to the pipeline project which I have created yesterday. Configure. Okay. Jenkins gives you a basic generator. A basic generator. With this generator, what you can do is you can easily create pipeline syntax for anything which you are writing as a freestyle project. Okay. Shall we try that? Yeah. Click on this. So are you seeing this is a generator? Okay. So over here, what is our first step? We do git clone. Yeah. Anywhere are you seeing git? I think you should see git. Are you seeing git? Okay. Then it will give you the UI. So what is your UI? Remember in freestyle project we select this? Yeah. Okay. So let me write it for Spring Pet Clinic itself. Okay. Right. Yeah. I want to build this branch. Yeah, I want to build a master branch. And then I say generate pipeline script. Okay. Or else I say that my branch is not master, my branch is sprint 1. Generate pipeline script. Am I clear on this? So it is not doing nothing but remember I have shown you one URL. It is giving you this function. Okay. Right. So first thing is we have to allocate the node. So I say that I want to allocate a node where there is a label called as generate a pipeline script. So what is it you are getting? Copy this. So it is ensured that whatever you are writing underneath this will execute on any node which has a label called as. Okay, good. Now, after this, we have to create a stage. Remember I said node and stage? Yes. So let me go to the stage. And what is your stage's name? So I'll tell that, okay, my stage's name is SCM, Source Code Management Stage. Generate pipeline script. Are you seeing this? Now I copy this function or this block and I'll paste it over here. Are you seeing this now? /, this is a comment. Okay. And in this, what is it I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to do git clone. Now I select something called as Git. Okay. I don't have this. I am just selecting the master branch. And then I say generate. Is it very difficult? Okay. And then my stage 1 is done. And then I'll write stage of build. Okay. Fine. There is no need for me to look at the syntax for again writing stage. Stage of stage name, start a curly braces and end the curly braces. Whatever happens underneath that belongs to that stage. Okay. Now I'll try to see if there is anything called as maven. If you are directly not finding the functions, go with shell or batch. So what is the command line for executing maven? MVN package. Okay. So just bring that stuff over here. Okay. So if you want to label it, you can label it, or else there is no need for you to worry about it. Okay. Fine. Now maven is done. After that, what is that we were trying to do? We were trying to archive the artifact and show the test results. Yes. Okay. So I'll write one more stage now. Stage of test results and package. Okay. So this is my stage. In this I have to archive the artifacts. So let me see if I have something called as archive artifacts. Yes. So where were the archive the artifacts which I was looking out for? Target / star dot jar. కొంతమంది ఇదే దీన్ని గేమ్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ లో కూడా అప్లై చేసి మీరు చెప్పింది పని చేస్తలేదు అంటున్నారు. రైట్. నేను చెప్పింది అన్నిటికీ పని చేస్తానని నేను చేసేది నాటు వైద్యం కాదు. Right? So you have to find out where your jar files and war files are, and you have to give that directory. Okay. So in game of life or other projects, you will have the jar files or war files generated in a folder called as game of life -web, and in that you will have war files. Right? Exactly మీరు చెప్పిందే చేస్తాం అన్ని చోట్ల పని చేయాలంటే నాకు అన్ని శక్తులు లేవు. First, that's the reason why I ask you to MVN package first, find out where the war files and jar files are, and then give that path from your root POM directory or the folders POM file. Yeah. Okay. So archive. Okay. Right. Okay. And then after that, JUnit test results, right? Yeah. So target / surefire -report / star dot XML. So are you seeing this? Yeah. Copy this and paste it over here. Is it difficult to do this? For this you have to know only one thing. There will be node. In the node you can pass the label. If you don't pass the label, it will execute on whatever node that it wants it to be. If you pass the label, it will execute on that particular node. Okay. So this is restrict where you want to run your project. And after that you can put all of your build steps in one stage. But generally it is a good idea to get multiple stages. The advantage with this approach is you can look at the logs of each stage. And for every stage, it will try to tell you what is the average time. What is the average time? So shall we see if this works or not? Yes. So what is the equation to write a basic function? Create a node. In that node have a stages. And in that stages, try to see how to do it in freestyle and use this converter. If you don't find that step, go with shell or batch. If you don't find the step, for example, maven, I didn't found it. So that's where I was using SHMVN package. Am I clear on this? If you are running it on a Windows machine, use BAT MVN package. Yeah? Copy this. Now, okay. I'll not be using this stuff. Let me create one new project. Okay. I'll call it as learning pipeline and I'll directly jump to the pipeline. I'll say that, okay, I have a pipeline script. I don't have a source code management. I'm testing this. That's where I paste all of this here. And let me click on save. Okay. And let me say build now. And let us see what is happening. Are you seeing SCM? Okay. So you can see the SCM logs over here. This is the logs with respect to SCM. What has happened when this stage has executed. Okay. And then these are the logs with respect to what is happening when with respect to your the stage called as build. You really don't need to do anything by logging in it. You will be getting stage wise view. Okay. So right now what is happening? So it is trying to tell you, okay, I'm doing download of all of this and all. Right? Fine, let it do it, let it take its own time. Now you click on, okay, this is just a stage view. You will basically look at stage, not anything else. Okay. But let me get into this. Okay. Are you seeing you can do pause, you can do replay, you can see what your pipeline steps are. Let me click on what my pipeline steps are. Are you seeing this kind of view we generally don't have because it is a programmatic kind of view. It will try to tell you what your individual step is and what is happening with respect to that. Okay. So right now it says SCM. Okay. This has finished, but this is still not happened or it might be in progress. That is basically what that shows. Okay. And if you want, you can pause and respond, but that's fine. Okay. So okay. Any difference in multi-branch pipeline? Sir, first let me finish this. Okay. Multi-branch pipeline, we'll discuss about it later. Today, మనం పైప్లైన్ ని పెద్ద తెలివితేటలు వాడకుండా జనరేటర్ వాడేది క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. మనం ఇంకా అద్భుతాన్ని నేర్చుకోవాలా. Okay. First let us finish this and then we'll go to the multi-branch pipeline. Okay, we'll go to everything, but have patience. Right? Yeah. Fine. Oh, let it take its own time. It's okay. So, are you seeing what is that I'm doing? What is the drill now? Just remember your freestyle project steps and then from that you basically convert it to pipeline. The reason why Jenkins has to do it was lot of projects were in freestyle. The initial step that was required for Jenkins was to bring people from there to here. Okay. So for that reason they had to build that UI. Okay. And for 99% of the cases this is enough for us. This is enough for us. But if you want to build it, make it more effective, then we will go into those functions and then do it. Okay. So am I clear on this? To write a basic pipeline, you need not know too many things. You just need to know, okay, if I had to do this in freestyle, how would I have done that? Okay. Then after some time, then there is no need for you to look into this generator also. So for example, tomorrow if I say that, okay, can you do MVN clean package? Then what will you do? You know that, okay, I have to write something called as node. In the node, I have to write something called as stage. So in the stage, I basically do git. Okay. In the git, after I finish git, I'll come to build. In the build, I'll be writing sh mvn clean package. Okay. In some of the interviews are asking you to write this pipeline script. Okay. మళ్ళీ దీన్ని బాబోయ్ రాయలేకపోయామండి చాలా కష్టంగా ఉందండి. ఇది కష్టంగా ఉందా? So it is very easy to write. First you have to define a node. In the node, stage. In the stage, steps. In the stage, steps. Clear on that? Yes. Okay. దీని ఏమైంది ఇది? బాబోయ్. Okay, it is doing something. Let it. I think, oh, we are running Spring Pack Clinic for the first time. Yeah. I could have done Game of Life, man. Okay, okay. So for a DevOps engineer role, is it to get the code from Git and generate the code from Git and not generate the pipeline? That pipeline will be written by you. That pipeline will be written by you. Ideally, the whole idea going down the line is the developers will take over, but right now that is not reality. So you will look at the build steps. You will look at the build steps and you will write the pipeline and you will make that change in the Git repository. So in the developers Git repository, Jenkins file is your problem. Is your problem, not really your dev team's problem. So you have to sit with them, find out what are the build steps, what is that they want, and you have to generate that Jenkins file. Okay. So right now, whatever we have written in this is Jenkins file, right? Okay. So now shall I show whatever Jenkins file which I have used yesterday? Yeah. You just tell me whether it is difficult or simple or whatever it is. So I think yesterday C drive, temp. If I'm not wrong, okay. I don't remember it. Okay. I think we can go from here itself, right? Configure. We have done Spring Boot Linux, that might be older version. Fine, whatever it is. Yeah. Are you seeing Jenkins file? In Jenkins file, what is that you are seeing? Yeah. But yesterday we didn't have a clue of what was happening over here. So what is it I have said? Node. In the node I have not passed anything, which means that run it on any node. Okay, wherever the executor is free, Jenkins might schedule you there. But if you want to run this only on a particular machine, then you will be writing node of a label. Okay, and then you have defined 3 stages, just like how we have done over here. Get the code, build the code, archive the package. Am I clear on this? To do this, is it very difficult choice now? So whatever projects which you have done in freestyle, I want everything of that to be converted to a pipeline. You use this generator and that is an exercise for you today. Am I clear on that? Yeah. So now let me write the nodes around it. Okay. Okay. Quick wins for generating pipelines. Okay. Create a Jenkins pipeline project. Create a Jenkins pipeline project and navigate to pipeline section. Okay, this is, I just want all of you to be comfortable with this. And okay, and perform the below activities and below steps. Okay. So I'm just writing a screenshot so that it is clear what is the intention. Where is Jenkins? Okay, here we have. Okay. I'm saying that I want to create a new project. Select a pipeline and then navigate to the pipeline section. And after that, what is it you are supposed to do? You are supposed to select this area. Okay. So, okay, yesterday we were using pipeline also, right? Okay. Okay. Fine. And once you click on this, a page will appear. Okay. So over here, okay. So are you seeing these areas? These areas give you documentations, and this is a sample step. Okay. So let me save this and let me call it as sample steps. And now what is that we do? We from sample steps. Okay, this is not possible. ఇవాళ నేను లెగిసిన వేళ విశేషం అద్భుతంగా ఉన్నట్టుంది. Fine, let me share the screenshots. Right, network has still audio connection is lost again. Okay, so these are all the steps which you can basically look out for. Okay, and then okay, after all of that, what is that you end up doing? Okay, let me copy something and get. Okay, no, let me click on network పోయిందండి. Can you please tell us what are the common issues in Jenkins? Okay, the disturbing and asking questions which are not related at this moment. Alright? Yeah, just kidding. Yeah. Man, this network is network బాగు చేస్తే బాగు చేయమని లేదు, ఇప్పుడు బాగు చేసాక పెట్టుకుందాం క్లాస్. Okay, fine. Anyway, this is screenshots. Let me basically do this. డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది అయినా అండ్ పిలిచి ఒకసారి ఏదో చేయొచ్చండి. రేపు పొద్దునకి బాగుపడిపోద్దులే అనుకోవటానికి ఆర్థిక ఇబ్బందులు కావుగా. రైట్, ఓకే. సో రైట్, so basically what is that we are supposed to do now? You are supposed to do first create a freestyle project. Okay, fine. Today's class is gone, man. Yeah, I think on the recording side it will be wonderful. To my knowledge, that is the case. Quick pipeline 1.png, but still let me finish this. So this is 2, 3 and then 4. Okay, so try to generate pipeline scripts. Okay, sorry, pipeline scripts or pipeline steps. That is the best term. Okay, for individual activities from freestyle projects. Nothing more than that. Okay, so today what I am expecting out of you is whatever practice which you have done on freestyle, you should be able to do all of that on pipeline script. And you have not done a magical stuff. You have just understood 3 things. There is something called as node, there is something called as stage, and there is something called as generator. There is something called as generator. Okay, then we will dive one level deeper to understand what is the declarative and what is that multi-branch pipeline and ANE. Right, that is the second stage. Adi rondo dasha, idi modati dasha. Right, in interviews they are asking this itself. They are asking you to write a pipeline of this sort of thing. Okay, so am I clear on this? So, but for this it is expected that you need to have a freestyle knowledge. You need to have a freestyle knowledge because you are generating the script based out of your learnings from freestyle project. Okay. So then we will get into, okay, I don't want to do that. I want to write something on my own because I know the build steps. That is the second route. And that is what we will try to do from our next class. Am I clear on this? So today, what is your activity? Go and recreate a pipeline project for every freestyle project which you have created. For everything. Let it be simple, hard, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. Right? Am I clear on this? Right? Okay. 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 Fine. Today, you have a very simple exercise. What is that? Convert every freestyle project to Jenkins pipeline. This is the exercise which you are supposed to. Okay. So let me not do this. Let me basically call it as start. Am I clear on this? Do this activity today. Okay. And for doing this, you really don't require any programming skill. Network potundi. Yeah. So to do this, you really don't. Do I require any programming skill for this? I just have to understand two terms. One is node. Node has stage. And in the stage, I'll write my individual steps. But if you have not practiced freestyle, don't practice this one also. Enjoy your time. Right? What were the 20 good things that have happened in movie industry, serial industry? ఇలాంటి ప్రోగ్రాములు జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి ఇప్పుడు. బాగా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా కూడా ఉంటాయి. రైట్? నేషనల్ జియోగ్రాఫిక్ లో అట్లో కూడా ఈ సంవత్సరం మేము చూపించిన మంచి 10 జంతువులు బొమ్మలు గట్ట 31st వరకు ఏదోలా టైం పాస్ చేసాం. రైట్? యా. Am I clear on that? So I want you to basically, for every freestyle project which you have created, convert that into a Jenkins pipeline. And this is a basic that is expected out of you. Right? So some people come and ask me strange questions. They come and ask me, sir, I am a fresher. Will they expect pipeline from me? How will I know, man? Right? ఇది చేస్తానికి ఫ్రెషరు సీనియరు రైట్ కురువృద్ధుడు ఇలా ఉంటారా? No, nothing like that. Am I clear on this? So this is a bare minimum that is expected out of you. Then get said one level deeper stuff. Then we speak about, okay, what is the DSL? What are these syntaxes? Right? So if I want to write something, how will I write it? Then we get into the declarative pipelines. Whatever sections which I have highlighted over here in your, okay. ఒక్క నిమిషం this area. Okay. In this area, there are a lot of generators and documentations, right? We will get into each of them individually. Okay. But to write a basic pipeline, you really need not know all of this. You just need to understand what is node and what is stage. And then you need to know how to use this generator. If you don't find a step, SH. If you are running it on a Linux machine. If you don't find a step on a Windows machine, use BAT. Am I clear on this? With this, you will be able to convert that any project into a pipeline. Okay. And over here also use parameters. Remember we have used parameters? Yeah. Same syntaxes. Dollar and variable name. Build with parameters. Okay. So let me write that. Otherwise you guys will not do it. Okay. మళ్ళీ తర్వాత మీరా ఎప్పుడు చెప్పారు అసలు ఇలాంటి పదాలు ఎప్పుడు మేము వినలేదు జీవితంలో మొదటిసారి అంటున్నాం. Okay. Exercise 2. Okay. Create a pipeline project with parameters. Expression wise it is same. Dollar. So for example, you have written branch name. Okay. Let us assume that, not branch name, let us assume that you have gotten URL. So, dollar, whatever variable name which you have defined. If you are using it on Windows machine, what is it? Percentage before and after that stuff doesn't change. Okay. But since we use Linux a lot, try to use the dollar based syntax. Alright. Let us see what happens. Okay. Fine. Are we clear on this? Okay. So if you do this, tomorrow onwards, I'll get into one level deeper into this pipeline. If you don't do